Monday was Veterans Day, we take a look at how Knoxville is celebrating our veterans. And not much looks better than a new haircut, why one group is doing them for free. Thank you for joining us for VolNews. I'm Alexis Brunson. Last week, reports of racist text messages began to gain traction online, with even some students at UT getting the text. Our Grayson Thatcher joins us now. Grayson, you spoke with the student who received one of the messages.
Yeah, Alexis, the morning after the election, many African American college students received racist text messages that some are calling disturbing. Now, spam messages pop up frequently on your phones. I know that I've received them about a missing package, voting ads, and more. But after the election, a lot of students got a different type of text. Students here at UT and across the nation received this text the day after the election, telling them they needed to report to the nearest plantation and that they would be picked up by their executive slaves. I spoke to a student who received one of these messages.
I did not take it personal. I wasn't like mad, upset, angry. I knew it was spam from the jump. But what I was grateful for that Dean Hughes did reach out and say, hey, do you need anything? How are you feeling? Is everything okay?
The FBI is now investigating how the texts were sent out and who sent them. Make sure you tune in next week because I sat down with a cybersecurity expert to learn how spam texts go out and the impact of your digital footprint. UT also made a statement responding to the text saying that they are aware students received these messages and that they have offered care and support to those students. They also encourage any students that receive this message to report it to the Dean of Students.
Thanks, Grayson. We're going to keep you updated on this story. For any immediate breaking news, follow us at TVC News on Instagram. Veterans Day was on Monday, and there were plenty of celebrations from a full parade downtown to a newly painted rock. Take a look at that. UT is home to a lot of veterans, and the Veterans Success Center makes sure their transition from soldier to student is smooth. And on Monday, they had free food and drinks to celebrate. You've probably seen flyers around campus advertising the fact that you can get free contraceptives delivered for free. That's all part of an initiative hosted by SEAT and Planned Parenthood Generation Action. And while SEAT is focused more on sexual health, Planned Parenthood Generation Action is focused more on reproductive health. These groups work together simply with the goal of helping their fellow volunteers.
Actually, the goal of the contraceptive hotline is to make sure that people on campus get the health care they need discreetly and for free, because it's not always easy to get access to the things that we offer.
If you want to take advantage of this opportunity, all you have to do is scan the QR code and fill out the Google form. Your Tennessee Vols head to Athens tomorrow to take on the Georgia Bulldogs, which should be a nail-biter. But right now, our weather specialist, Ansley Grayson, joins us to let you know how the weather will be.
Thanks, Alexis. Long time no see, Vols. This weekend, we're traveling all the way to Athens, Georgia to face the Georgia Bulldogs. If you're making the trip Saturday, the high in Athens will be 67 degrees with a low of 41 degrees. During kickoff, you can expect a temperature of 55 degrees with mostly clear skies and a breeze. So don't forget to layer up this weekend, Vols. I will be back shortly with your Vols 4-day forecast. Back to you, Alexis.
Thanks, great Ansley. When we get back, we take a look at how your favorite sports teams are doing. The football team just came off of a big win and are looking for an even bigger one. Keeping up to speed with both men's and women's basketball.
Strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Got to this part.
Be right there. Wait, Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We are the Tennessee Volunteers. People who create connections, push boundaries, do the research that changes lives. We've got world-class academics and championship athletics. To be the best, you gotta learn from the best. And if you want to lead, you gotta light the way. We've got what it takes. It takes a volunteer.
It feels like it's always an exciting week for Vol sports, but this one has been quite chaotic. Alexi?
Yeah, we're in that transition season where fall sports are at the end and spring sports are starting up, so there's a new game everywhere you turn. But for the question everyone is asking, where is Nico? What's wrong with him, and will he play on Saturday? Well, we don't have an 100% answer yet. I've been tracking reports and press conferences, and the most recent update comes from Josh Ward at ESPN. Last night at around 9 p.m., he was still listed as questionable along with Dante Thornton Jr. Last we heard, he was in concussion protocol after he took a rough hit Saturday night and didn't return the second half. If he doesn't play, we're looking at most likely Gaston Moore playing in that QB spot. Talented player, but you want your leading man on that field for your toughest game of the regular season. As we hear updates, we will keep you informed. As of right now, though, still unknown. Taking a look at this Georgia matchup in Athens tomorrow, away game at night, not a team you want to play on their turf. ESPN has Georgia taking the win 62.2%. Here's some of the betting odds on the line there. Bulldogs with 2 ugly losses on the season at Ole Miss and Vandy, but have a 28 home game winning streak. The pressure is on for the Vols as they'll have to overcome a lot for this win, including possibly not having their QB. But let's get that off our minds. Basketball season is in full swing. Both men and women undefeated so far in some easy non-conference matchups. We're seeing an almost brand new men's team with 4 out of 5 new starters. The one leading man in the starting 5 is Zakai Ziegler. One thing we've learned about this guy, he has more than just a heart for the game. He has a heart for the people. I sat down with him a couple weeks ago and talked about his newest project to help some of the people closest to his heart.
Zakai Ziegler, a fan favorite on the Tennessee basketball team since he was a freshman. 4 years later, he prepares for his final season on the court. But this year, he has another goal before March comes around, helping his 2 biggest fans. 7-year-old Nori and 2-year-old Rain are Zakai's 2 nephews who both suffer from hydrocephalus, a condition caused by too much fluid on the brain, leaving the boys unable to walk or talk.
Those are the 2 happiest babies I know. Like every time I see them, they got big smiles on their face. They don't walk, they don't talk, but I might say what's up to them, like give them a high five or something, and they just always have the biggest smiles on their faces.
Ziegler partnered with Knoxville's NPG Brain and Concussion, launching a foundation called Zakai's Assist to raise money for hydrocephalus research.
They're going to everybody, pretty much everybody with hydrocephalus. It's not just my nephew, but everybody. I want to spread the word for all of them. I just want everybody to have the right equipment and all the needs that they need to live.
Zakai and his nephews have a special relationship and a unique bond.
I think if they could talk, they would probably say he's their favorite person in the world. When he walks in the door, they light up.
Along with the 2 boys, he has another nephew, Storm, that loves him just as much.
Kai is the coolest.
Kai is the coolest.
Vol Nation played a big role in the Zieglers' lives in 2022 when Zakai's mother's apartment in New York burnt to the ground. Tennessee fans raised over $350,000 for his family.
In that moment, even that night, the balls came through for me.
With a new home in Tennessee, thanks to Vol fans across the globe, the Zieglers are ready to face hydrocephalus head-on. Vol Nation, will you assist? In Knoxville, Alexi Cowan, Vol News.
Ziegler and his guys host Austin Peay Sunday in Food City Center at 3 o'clock. But before that, our Lady Vols host Liberty University tomorrow at noon. Hopefully a weekend full of wins on the court and on the field. That's about it from my side of the field. Once again, we will keep you updated on Iamaleava's status throughout the coming hours.
A center on campus is giving back to students in ways you might not think about. They're giving away free haircuts. I attended the event and spoke to students about what it means to them. And finding parking on campus can be hard. We break down how an app helps you get around campus.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We are the Tennessee Volunteers. People who create connections, push boundaries, do the research that changes lives. We've got world-class academics and championship athletics. To be the best, you gotta learn from the best. And if you wanna lead, you gotta light the way. We've got what it takes. It takes a volunteer.
Today is Friday, November 15th, and this is your Vols 4-day forecast. Starting off today, the high is 59 with a low of 44 degrees. The skies are mostly cloudy with a slight breeze. Moving on to Saturday, if you're staying in Knoxville for the game, be prepared for some lower temps with a high of 62 and a low of 40 degrees with partly cloudy skies and a calm wind. Sunday is looking a little warmer with a high of 67 and a low of 45 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Ending the weekend and moving on to the week, Monday, the high is 68 with a low of 50 degrees with partly sunny skies. And that's all for your Vols 4-day forecast. Back to you, Alexis.
Thanks, Ansley. The Center for Basic Needs provides many resources for students and faculty who might be struggling. One of it, the pop-up barbershop, showcases just another resource they can provide for students. The buzzing in the student union is an unfamiliar but welcome sound as students roll in for free haircuts.
Like, obviously it's not professional, so there are some things, but like it's nice that they offer this, especially for free.
This event was a partnership between the Center for Basic Needs and the Master Academy of Barbering, which some students took full advantage of.
So I was planning to get a haircut on this day, like at an actual place, but then I heard about this and I was like, this is the perfect opportunity.
As it saved them money.
Campus cuts is $20, so saving $20 being here helps save money, you know. Broke college students, so, you know, whatever you can.
While providing an experience that students say that they enjoyed.
It's pretty good atmosphere, good experience, liked it.
And while the event may be over, many students still express gratitude for all of the things that the Center for Basic Needs does.
They provide like good things. I like their mission, and I just think it's very helpful to the community.
And as the student union quiets to its more familiar hum, some say They hope to see more like this, continuing to help the campus community. In Knoxville, Alexis Brunson, VolNews. If you miss this event, don't worry. The Center for Basic Needs is planning on hosting other events like this in the future. As you make your way to campus, finding parking can be a hard task. Well, the university is making it easier with the parking app. Our Kyla Berry speaks to the students behind the app. Kyla, I'm always looking for ways to find open parking. What is this app?
Yeah, it's called Ballpark. It's a collaboration between the University Parking and Transit and students a part of the Heath Integrated Business and Engineering program. The app for students, made by students, took more than a semester to create, as they conducted several interviews to find out how to make getting around campus easier. I spoke to one of those students who helped create the app. It started with a collaboration between the parking and transit services and a group of students.
I was collaborating with the Heath Integrated Business and Engineering program on a parking space availability project.
The students interviewed more than 200 students to find out their frustrations with parking.
After these interviews, we were able to gather information about what we could do to improve the quality of life for students on campus.
Caroline Zarnecki is one of the students who helped create Ballpark.
Ideal goal of our project when we first started was to figure out a way to have students make using this Ballpark app a part of their morning routine every day.
Ballpark tells you parking availability all across campus, all with a touch of a button.
I do use this app while I need to find parking spaces.
Showing parking availability is not the only feature the app has.
Option to use other modes of transportation like our bus routes that travel all throughout campus and as well as surrounding areas like Fort Sanders.
So the next time you head to campus and use Ballpark to find parking, thank the students behind the work to find a solution to parking.
The IBET program for giving myself and all my classmates the opportunity to be involved in something that is used by thousands of students every day.
In Knoxville, Kyla Berry, VolNews. This is the first semester of the app's launch, and the group tells me that the more people who download the app and track the available spots, the more accurate the parking availability will be, as it's all based on crowdsourcing data.
Kyla, are they adding any new features for next year?
Yeah, they are. Parking and Transit tells me that they hope to make Ballpark a one-stop shop for parking, as students and faculty will be able to log in with their net ID to pay parking tickets and even purchase their yearly parking pass.
Thanks, Kyla. That is sadly all the time we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us. Next week will be our final week, so be sure to tune in and check out our Instagram at TVC Vol News. Until then, stay safe and go Vols.